Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Navtej Aluwalia and today we will be talking about budgeting. Now whenever we talk about budgeting, everyone comes up with different formulas to divide our income into spending, wants and needs. And they throw approaches like 70, 20, 10 or 50, 30, 20, which can make budgeting overwhelming. Additionally, there are many rules to budgeting. For example, spending 50 to 70% of your income on your needs and then 20 to 30% on your wants and the remaining 10 to 20% you will save. Now, what if I tell you that you don't have to make budgeting complicated? Budgeting should be simple and less stressful. After all, budgeting is nothing but a plan to manage your money. So stay tuned and I will show you how you can manage to save up to 40% of your income. Now, what problem do I have with 70-20-10 or 50-30-20 rule? It is not realistic. It focuses too much on your wants and needs and not on your savings. Now, the issue is if you focus on your needs and wants, you won't get anything for your money, apart from some materialistic things, which, if I be honest, you don't really need. You may have to compromise on your budget right now, but trust me, it will be all worth it in the end. Budgets are not one size fits all solution. Your budget should reflect reality. It should reflect how you want to spend your money, and you should not be forced into a category. All you need is some discipline and control over your money. This means you need to evaluate your life and you need to adjust the amount you spend on the things you want and need in your life. So print your recent monthly spending account statement and let's budget together. Step number 1, income. Here I will use an average salary, which in New Zealand is $70,000. You can use your own salary here. Let's break it down. So salary is $70,000. Retirement contribution, here in New Zealand we call it KiwiSaver. You can choose your retirement contributions from 3, 4, 6, 8 or 10%. I will go with 3% and press calculate. Now this gives us a breakdown of our annual salary of $70,000. Annual salary of $70,000 gives you a take-home pay of $52,809 after deducting tax and retirement contribution. This brings your net income to $1,015.55 weekly. Now let's convert this into a monthly income. Our take-home monthly income is $4,400.75. We will round it off to $4,400 for easy calculation. This is the figure we will be using to make our budget. Step number 2. Take 40% out. So from this income of $4,400, you will transfer 40% of your income towards saving accounts. Now let's do the math. Now 40% of $4,400 is $1,760. This leaves you with the remaining amount of $2,640. Now write this number on a piece of paper. Step number 3. List and calculate your expenses. Now here we will focus on our must-have. That is food, shelter, transportation and utility. Make a monthly expense list using these 4 categories. You should use your printed bank account statement here to fill these out. Here I have used expenses based on an average 26-year-old. At first we have food cost. So under groceries and supplies, I will put $300 per month. Under housing cost, rent of $1,408 per month under shared living basis. Utility cost, electricity bill of $50, water bill of $30, gas bill of $20, phone bill of $20, Wi-Fi bill of $50. Under transportation cost, fuel cost of $180 per month, car insurance of $40 per month. Total expense comes to $2,098. Write this number on the same piece of paper below $2,640. Step number 4. Deduct your expenses from your income. Let's look at the math. Subtract all your expenses from your income. Now $2,640 minus $2,098 comes to $542. Now what should you do if this number becomes a negative number? If this number becomes a negative number, you will need to reduce your spending as you are spending way more in either of these categories, which is food, shelter, utility, transportation. Reduce your spending until your income minus expenses are at least $100 to $300. Now step number 5, personal allowance. Now depending upon what dollar value has landed in the previous step, which in our case is $542, we will use this money as an allowance to prioritize personal spending in our budget for the month. For example, you can use this money towards eating out, movies, gym membership, Netflix, shopping, gifts, or donation. Now you can spend whatever percentage of this money in any of these areas as long as you are within the budget. Let's say your friends wants to go for movies and you have already spent your personal allowance of that month. It might be a good idea to convince your friends to go for movies next month instead of dipping into your savings. Now you will ask, what should I do with this 40% saved salary? First of all, if this is your problem, it is a very good problem to have. Now let's look at what we can do with this saved amount. At first, we can pay off our debt. You should use this money to pay off your credit card debt or any other kind of debt you have except your home loan. Number two, build an emergency fund. You can create a safety net for yourself to fall back on in case of an emergency, for example, job loss. So use this money to save up to 6 months of expenses in your emergency fund account. At number three, saving for a car. If you need a car, you can use this money towards buying a used car. Just make sure you pay cash for it and don't take any loan. Number four, house down payment. You can use this money to start saving for 20% deposit as a down payment for your home if you would like to buy a house one day. Fifth, saving for vacation. If you're planning to travel in foreseeable future, you can use this saving towards paying off your flight ticket and going on that vacation you always wanted to. Now, if you think that you can save up more than 40% of your salary by adopting a frugal and a minimalist lifestyle, you can do so. Many frugal people can save up to 50, 60, 70 or 80% of their salary. I will make a separate video on this topic someday. Now here are my suggestions if you're struggling with money. Living paycheck to paycheck can become a vicious cycle. If you're still trying to make ends meet, don't underestimate the value of side hustle or working overtime. Alternatively, you can ask for a raise at your workplace, or you can work towards that promotion you always wanted. You can even change your jobs for better pay. Just remember, do not raise your expenses if your income increases. You will need to adjust your spending habits. Your additional money from your side hustle or working overtime must cover your expenses or should go towards your saving. If you're lucky to get a bonus at work or you have recently received a tax refund, you can use this money to pay off your debt in a lump sum or you can fast track your saving goals. Always remember the golden rule. Never ever spend more than you make. And once you have made a budget, make sure you stick to it. Alright guys, that's all for today and I hope that you can do some easy budgeting after watching this video and I will see you soon with another video next Sunday. Until then, goodbye.